Okay, well, I guess I'm doing this thing. So, it's the first time. Okay. So I think what I wanted to do for this one was just kind of play around with Storybook. Been doing this a little bit lately, and however, what I have been doing with Storybook has been pretty light. At work, we've been on an older version of Storybook, so pre 5.2 when the component story format was released. So wanted to kind of walk through that because I haven't used that one yet. I've just been using the stories of format, like for creating stories. So I can't remember if I already have code open or not. I do. Oh, I needed to switch my theme thing as well. Hold up. Let's do this. And I don't think that the audio that I'm listening to is coming through. I mean, I'm assuming that the mic is, but I don't know about the rest of it. That's okay. Music, I'll figure that stuff out later. Like, this is just for now. So, okay. So all I did was Okay, so what I did, actually it did run. Okay, cool. Last time it failed. So all I did was, I got a bunch of different projects in there. Just create React app. Pretty simple. Just create React app. Didn't do anything else. I need to fix that too. I just got a lot of stuff that I get distracted like squirrels all over the place. So that's all. Okay, so let's pull up Firefox and we're going to look up Storybook.js. Look at this. There we go. So we're going to go to Storybook. And so, Storybook is pretty cool. I've used it a little bit at work, a little bit in personal. We're currently on 5.0.0, which was kind of a big thing. We went to that in like February. So before that, I think we're on Storybook 3 for our UI component library. And it didn't really change too much for us. It made it simpler to make stories, but they definitely improved Storybook with their most recent changes. So there's now like the component story format. Is that what that's called? So like if we go to introduction and we go to writing stories here, we'll talk about how we write the stories, which basically a story is just the representation of that component by itself. So so instead of having to actually like mount it into the DOM of the entire project, you can just mount it into Storybook. And so it's kind of like a standalone way to develop your components. Component story format. So all of our stuff that we currently have is in this stories of API, which is different from how the component story format is now. So like here would be a config file. Here would be a custom loader. All right. Well, let's go through and just add Storybook. So what we're going to need to do is, we're going to need to install some stuff. So let's go npx. Okay. No, I'm just going to leave that as it is. And well, I guess we're just going to sit here for a second. So let's see. Cool. So I guess we're just going to sit and wait. It sounds like my laptop is just taking off right now. At some point, I'm going to start using my PC for like a capture card. Like, I've looked into using the NDI plugin to do like where it treats it as a capture card, so I can code on my Mac and then stream from my PC, and then that way this laptop doesn't have to struggle so much. Because currently I'm rocking a 13-inch dual core 16 gig, so definitely not the most performant, but it gets the job done. Like, it's fine for now. So yeah, it's definitely having a heck of a time with this right now, which is awesome. So I guess we'll just wait for this. I guess while we're waiting, we could put, well, actually, I think it'll init one for us. I can't remember what this one does. Last time I did this, it didn't make the config file for us. It just installed Storybook. So I guess we'll just see what it does. But while we're waiting, we can look through this documentation, I guess. So let's go to our quick start guide for React. So automatic setup. Oh, I guess I should have done that. Okay. Okay, manual setup. Add the scripts, create a config file, write your stories. So here's an example story, which I am just going to copy paste this so that we have something to go off of. Oh, okay. Init, detecting project type, adding Storybook support. Cool. Look at that. It added in the script and everything already. That's pretty nice. Let's see here. Still going. Okay. Oh man. Oh, it's fine. It should be fine. You know, I don't actually know if, because it says yarn add. I guess since this project was created with yarn, I guess I haven't used yarn a ton. So just a few times with Gatsby and playing with Gatsby themes, back during the theme jam, and I like yarn. I know that it's faster and whatever, but I haven't really done a deep dive into what makes it better than NPM or, significantly, significantly different from NPM. Let's see. Okay. Did not expect this to take this long. So, but at least it's there. So we'll have a story here in a minute, and then we'll be able to run Storybook. So I don't think it's going to make a file. So we can make our own file. Let's see. Oh no, it made a welcome stories. So that's cool. Okay, import React from React. Link, welcome. So this is React demo. And then there's a button. Is it going to be the same button? Yeah, it's pretty close. I'm just going to take that one out. We'll put a dinosaur. I really like to use this. I like the whale as well, but I really like the dinosaurs too. Recently at work, we had to make kind of like this document about like the different things that we're doing right now as a team, and at each one they had created like these different icons. They had these different icons, and it was for like each of the sections, and they just arbitrarily picked icons out of the word library, and I thought that was boring, so naturally I added a ton of emojis to each of the headers instead. So like one of the things that we're working on or talking about doing now is creating a design system, and like design systems are just so hot right now, so naturally we're discussing how we want to do that, and that was the one that I was in charge of doing. So, or that section was the one that I was in charge of, and so I added like a wizard and the React symbol and a bunch of other things. So definitely a fun time. Okay, and now it's installing more. Okay, finally. Seems to be complete almost. Done in 15 seconds. I don't believe that. Don't believe it. Okay. Let's see if that does it. We'll just do this. It's probably gonna work. Maybe. Maybe. Come on. You can do it. Oh. Let's turn that one off. We'll just let one row run. Okay, come on. We can do this. No. Well, it's going, at least. $11%. This is pretty painful. But I guess that's how this goes. So, well, I guess while this goes, we could keep going through this deal up here. Yeah, let's just look at the format because I'm not super familiar. So, stories and component metadata are defined as ES6 modules. Okay. Every component story file consists of a required default export and one or more named exports. It's supported in all frameworks except React Native. Okay. So the stories of API is what we're using currently. And it seems to be fine. Like, it's just kind of a little bit, I don't know, it's a little weird for me. So like, it's a story of this button. So then Storybook will make button like the top folder, and then you'll have like with text is a story of the button, and so then you pass in this your component and what you want it to basically do. So with text, it'll render that way. With some emoji, it'll render this way. And that's kind of the same thing we saw back on the other page, under the quick start, or Storybook for React. So like here's that. So instead of stories of, and then adding each one, kind of like you're chaining each one into that story, we just do the default titles button, import our button, we export with text, and then with emoji, and so you're pretty much, and then it's the same sort of deal, it's just that way. All right, where are we at? 69%. Okay. So anyway, if we go back to here, it can get a little tricky with this, just because you need to do quite a bit. Oh, nice. Okay, I did not know that they had a migration tool. I'm going to have to remember that. So, oops, sorry. Component story. Yeah, because we don't, I don't want to say we have a ton of components. I think we have 32. I think it's in the 30s with a few components. And so it would take us, I don't know, it would take us a little while. So it's an interesting format for our team. We basically, okay, so this is where our storybook is at. But basically, within our company, our teams are kind of set up a little different. So like we have a core front end team, and that's really just devs across different teams. So it's almost like a committee, although I hate the term committee, and I really hate anything to do with bureaucracy. So I renamed it to council because it just sounded a lot cooler, and it was more, more like Lord of the Rings, like kind of it's a council of people. Whereas a committee just seems like it's somewhere something goes to die. So I didn't really like that. And a lot of other people didn't really like that idea either. So when I started, we had, I think there were 4 or 5 of us on the council, and now we've grown to 10 or so, and we actually have design coming to our meetings, and they're getting involved with Storybook and getting more involved in the component lifecycle creation of getting something into our library. But we have a lot of work to do. We have a ton of work to do. It's gotten us to where we are now, and we need to really like unify across all of our applications what that entails or what that looks like. And right now we're still trying to figure out what that even means. So anyway, so this is Storybook. And it's pretty nice. I'm going to bump up the font or the resolution here. Resolution. I'm just going to bump this up, zoom it in a little bit. So Storybook, like we saw before, here, I'll go back to code and Storybook started. So we have our welcome story, and it's just saying to storybook.story name to storybook, welcome to Storybook, right? This is a UI component. So if we look at that, we can add Webpack loaders and different things into this config file. But this one's just saying welcome. So we can edit the stories and then we'll get there. And so then like there's a hello button, right? With text. And this button has actions and it allows us to actually see what events triggered during. Yeah, let's do. No, that's fine. Allows us to see what events actually triggered. And then this one is the same. It's just got the emoji. I had changed that, but I did not save that. So if I save that and we come back, it does have hot module reloading. It's going to take a second though. So, and then you notice that all of that actually changed too. So we've got our classes. Okay, so let's actually mess around with this component. So we've got an on click action of clicked, right? And then we've got this other on click there, and then we've got some spans. So what if we had let's emoji and text, right? So I mean, this is pretty basic. We're not doing anything awesome with this. I'm just wanting to go through what we're doing, just some basic stuff. So we've got a span and its role is image and it has an ARIA label of super cool emojis, super cool emoji button. We'll do that. And I get that. Okay. So, and then we'll put emojis and we'll put like the Kraken and we'll put, okay. And we'll put the Kraken and we'll put the whale and there he is, hedgehog. Okay, so we got that, right? Emoji and text, it's going. And as soon as Webpack reloads this server, we should see emoji and text. And nothing fancy, nothing pretty, but we've got the clicked. And since there's that lag with my setup, we've got that. So let's make a new story. I don't remember what all is in here. Oh, just a button and welcome. Okay, I thought that for some reason I thought there were more, but I guess not. So that's fine. Oh man, I shouldn't have done that because now I am deep in this node modules folder. Okay, get out of there. Okay, let's make a components and then we'll make a new file. We'll just call it I don't know off the top of my head. Let's actually go. I'm gonna do something else in here. Look. Let's see. Okay, we'll do something like well, I don't really want to do something boring like a to-do app or anything, but I guess we could do something like that. So there is a So we've got the Storybook for API. There is a tutorial. You know what? Let's just go through a little bit of this tutorial, right? Why not? Be kind of neat. So we already did this. Did this. Okay. Okay. So we need this compiled CSS, and we need this. Okay, so this is a lot. Well, I don't want to have that much. I don't want to do this right here. So we'll just do that. We'll go into our index.css. Oh, that's all that's in here. Okay. And then we can just take this stuff out. Go up to the top. And man, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Okay, there's that. And then we want, what do we want? Fonts and icons? Is that what it says? We also need to add the font and icon directories. Okay, so ooh. You know what? We'll deal with this if it becomes a problem. We'll deal with that if it becomes a problem. So let's keep going. Okay, so the first thing it wants us to do is build a task, because this is the core component in our app. So we need a title, a state, and we're gonna need to do that. Okay, so let's make a task.js, although I think it's gonna tell me, yeah, no, that's fine. So I like to do it this way, but it's really personal preference. And my IntelliSense is not working. Well, that's okay. React from React, const task equals. Yeah, we'll just do a div for right now. What is it that they want us to do? So we need. Okay, so we need to pass this stuff in. And then what do they want us to be? A div, list item, and input type of text. You know what? Let's do it this way. And this way we could do this. And okay, so, and I need to get a bunch of list item, input type equals text, value equals title, read only equals true. Yeah, all of my IntelliSense and extensions aren't quite working, but that's okay. So we can add in task.stories.js. And we're going to do the same. Why is this doing? So this tutorial hasn't been updated for component story format, so that's actually kind of neat. So this is the old way to do it, but we don't necessarily need to do that. So we do need action, right? And we need to import our component. So action from @storybook/addon-actions. And we need task from and then let's see, what does this format look like again? Okay. Export default. Okay, so all right. Export default. No, wrong. Export default. Yeah, no, I'm right. Okay. And then we need to have ID of 1, title, test. Yeah. I don't like doing them completely exactly what they want. So task inbox, this one I will because and updated at new date. Well, I guess I don't want to do okay. I don't want to do now because I don't want it to be in a weird format. Export. Okay, so an action of on pin task. Okay, so instead of export const default. Nope. Oh, okay, so default is actually just that. So so we actually need to do that. Oh, oops. Export default equals. Right? Is that what we did here? No, export default is that. Title of button. So this is task. Why are you mad? Expression expected. It should be fine. Oh, okay. Export const. Well, there's a default task, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna do pinned. Let's do pinned. equals, and we need to put in task, and task equals task dot task. Oh, I guess I gotta pass in task underscore pinned. Okay, and then we gotta, okay, I guess I could do that. Actions equals on pin task, action on pin task, on archive task equals action on archive task. And then we need, state needs to be its own object. Then we also need to pass in actions. Okay, so let's see if Storybook is just super angry. Well, oh, Storybook's building. But I bet you, since this is here, it's probably looking in stories. So if we change that, it's gonna blow up. Okay, so that's fine. We'll just move this down here. And we'll need to update our import. Yeah, components slash task. Launchable failed. Why? Unexpected token. Okay, so oh, I bet you I missed something. Task opponents. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Thanks, VS Code. Let's see. Nope, more errors. Same error. It doesn't like that for some reason. And this could be because we're oh man, I'm really blanking on a lot of things right now. Just oh, okay. here we didn't really do much with this. So, okay, so let's just try passing in the task. Simple task. It's such a simple task. And let's see. Okay, I built. Oh. Look at that. Oh, hey, so we got a pinned task. But there's nothing in there. So sample task actions. Okay, so because it's component story format, doing this is going to make it think that these are actual. Let's see. So this should change the title of the overall folder. Yep. But so with component story format, it thinks that these are components, but they're not. So that's fine. We'll ignore those for right this second. But with task being pinned and sample task, so the task should be coming through, but I bet you, oh yeah, okay. So let's see, one thing that we could do is this, just to I mean, I'm surprised that it's not letting me reach into that, but that's okay, whatever. I'm not too worried about it. I'm actually gonna just move on. So sample task, we could actually just do this, and then that'll get rid of those. Then we don't have to worry about that anymore. We can still use them down here. I'm just kind of surprised that we can't do that. So we're destructuring task, and within task we're destructuring that on archive task, on pin task. The value, the title is getting put in. Oh, wrong one. And so title task equals, did I mess something up? I did. Oh, look at that. For some reason, I put a paren instead of a bracket, and it's all mad now. So we want that, and oh geez, okay. Okay, so okay, so we know okay, so task, and then state is not within its own thing. There we go. Now we should be fine, and we should have it. Come on. Yeah, tasky task. Look at that. Cool. All right. That is cool. All right, let's add these other two, and then I think that'll be good for right now. Export, archived, and we're going to do task. And this part will be pretty much the same, except for we obviously want, oops, this to be task archived instead of pinned. And we can go back to Storybook and we should have an archive task. And since we brought that CSS over, it should look different. Or maybe not. It seems as if this is not behaving the way it like I would expect it to. And it's probably just because I'm missing something. Okay. Oh, okay. Yep, there we go. This is what I'm missing. So, this is what happens when you get super excited and you just jump right in because, you have ADD and really, really want to just not read. Even though I love to read, sometimes you just get a little excited. Okay, load stories. I don't really need the stories thing, but the context. And we're still building. So that should now change once this refreshes. Hey, look at that. Oh, it's colors. Ooh. And no. Okay. So, let's see. Because the cool part about this is a React app, right? So, but I don't have React DevTools installed right now, so never mind. Since this is a React app, you could open up the React DevTools and then look around to see what state is applied, what all those things. So we could actually look in and make sure that, okay, our value, we know our value set. We know read only is set to true, but then we're not doing anything with the rest of this. So actually, I bet you we're still missing out on some stuff. See? So yeah, that's actually what it's supposed to look like. So we're doing good. But then styles are imported, test cases are built out. Now start the work of implementing the HTML component to match the design. Okay. So I just jumped ahead, but that's okay. I'll do this next time. This was fun. I think I'm definitely going to do more of this. So, yeah. All right. Thanks.